Hi, this is Boy, and welcome back to the Inferno Mines Fun Path Challenge, Part 6. On this part, we're going to be conquering Haines' Disgrace, which is the second area of the second intersection, with, I believe, the Yellow Wolf. And right now we're actually making our way back from the Lush Ruins, where we successfully got iron and the Yellow Wool is Lush Ruins, the Green Wool is Haines' Disgrace, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so we're going to head back to the second intersection here and sleep and set our spawn and then get some errands done. Now, one of the things we got in that Lush Ruins was a nice Protection 4 book. So we're going to grab that and an Unbreaking 3 book, and we're going to make ourselves a really nice chestplate here. So far we had some diamond armor, but we hadn't enchanted it yet. So now we've got essentially, the best chestplate you're going to get, and we're going to try and keep that chestplate as long as we can because it's going to save our butt over and over again. Okay, and now, actually, before we head to Haines' Disgrace, I have a couple of errands I need to do back in Intersection 1. Actually, back in the very first section of the Intersection 1, the Lower Mines. So, pardon the fast forwarding, but I'm just going to whip right back here again one more time up and down the vine tower past these pigment spawners, which I've gotten good at now. No more close calls on that one, and down the vines, and always of course keep lookout for the stray creeper. One stray creeper here and you're gonna have a fun time running back to get your stuff. Okay, now I'm heading back to the lower mines because we're going to need a couple of things, a couple of tools to properly do Haines' Disgrace. And one of those tools we can only really find in the lower mines. And if you're thinking back, well, what might that be? Basically, what we're going to get is TNT minecarts. So, now, of course, you can actually craft TNT minecarts, but it's sort of, now that we have iron, but we need to farm creepers or something to get enough TNT. And actually, the biggest problem for creating TNT, for crafting TNT in this challenge, is that we need sand. And you can't actually get sand unless something like creepers blow it up. So it'd be theoretically possible to mine sand through creeper bombs, but that would be a real long time. Anyway, thankfully, in this section of the lower mines, there's a ton of TNT minecarts. So here, we're just going to get a lot of them. Here we go. There's like, I don't know. I'm basically going to fill my inventory here with TNT minecarts. I'm going to be careful not to go too far around this side because I could light this up better, but I'm just gonna be a second. So I'll just get in and out, and there won't be an issue. All right, I think my inventory is pretty full here on minecarts and TNT, mainly minecarts. I'm going to make myself the actual carts here and just sort of keep a full inventory. Now, I don't really know how many of these I'm going to need. Actually, I only going to need a few, but I figured I might as well go and get all of the ones here in the area just now while I'm here, just in case I need them for a later area of the map. But we're definitely going to need one or two here for Haines' Disgrace, so this is the right time to do it. Now, while we're here in the lower mines, I'm also going to go and collect a couple more Unbreaking 3 books from the Minecart Circus roller coaster thing, and I actually come up with a better way of doing that this time. Actually, these minecarts already have the skeletons that despawned out of them, so they're easy pickings, except for these blades here. But I have much better armor than I did the last time I was trying to do this, and so but here I can get on top of the rail. All right, so I jumped up on the rail. Now, what I can do, because you're allowed to break rail, I can actually just break the rail, and the minecarts will pile up underneath, and so it'll be much easier for me to get the stuff out of them. So here you go. I can get these books that are sitting over here that I shot the minecarts out. I'm also probably going to get one or two looting 3 books, which may or may not come in handy. If I end up having to farm ender pearls later on the map, those looting 3 books will definitely come in handy. But I'm going to work hard to be a conservationist when it comes to ender pearls as much as possible, so we don't actually end up having to farm ender pearls in the end. We are going to definitely need ender pearls for most of the later areas, or they'll just be impossible. But we're going to hopefully get by with the ender pearls that are provided in chests in the map. And there are, of course, I think maybe 30, 40, maybe even more that are actually in chests in the map. Okay, there we go. picking off one of those mine carts and then picking through its remains and trying to find the books we want. And uh-oh, that one has skeletons on it. Oh, and they went back. They went back home. That's good. And am I satisfied yet? I think I'm pretty much satisfied at this point. I'm just trying to get the last few things on the inventory that matter, and then okay, I'm gonna go home. Enough of this place. See you later. There's some more on the floor. Don't want to waste anything. Just checking whether there's any more TNT in this. Oh, and of course, I don't just need TNT, but I need activator rail and I need powered rail. So make sure to grab some of that from this chest too while we're at it, and of course some redstone torches too. Although we can always we can make those pretty easily later on. And I'm just gonna run around here and basically do some final cleaning up. And I think that's it. I'm gonna head back out. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna grab a couple more redstone torches from the railway since they're here, and there were only 2 in that chest above. So this is a good source of redstone torches. It also has the added effect of blocking all the minecarts to just sort of stop, and that might actually be a good thing later on. If I ever come back, there'll probably be 1,000 minecarts just staying right there for me to loot. So I'm gonna take as much of this stuff back as I can. I'm gonna stick in the inner chest just in case something happens, you know, on the way. And I'm gonna take back any of the rest of the loot that I didn't get, and back we go. This is where that shortcut that we could have opened up would have been a little bit useful. But honestly, the shortcut that goes from intersection 2 to intersection 1 isn't that short. It doesn't go to intersection 1. It goes to Skylight A, and so you have to sort of ride down and then run through the upper mines yet again. In the end, I'm not sure how much shorter it is than just climbing up this area. Maybe like 20-30% shorter, and that's about it. It doesn't seem like it really worth that much time. And this will be the last time we do this run back and forth. So, of course, in the Inferno Mines, once you get to the monument, you don't have to, there are teleporters where you can go straight to any of the intersections. Of course, they're one-way teleporters, so you still have to run back to the monument at some point. In any case, I don't think we have to worry about running long distances again after this run. Okay, so here we are back at intersection 2. We've got our supplies. Woohoo! And we're going to get them out of the chest. And we still haven't organized anything in our chests, and I sort of apologize. Okay, so now we're getting set for what we were planning for. Well, firstly, just the initial venturing into Haines' Disgrace. So here we are, and we're back at only, it does still sped up a little bit because this is totally trivial. But this area here in the first one just has a bunch of chests. So we're going to torch it up real quick, get everything of importance in the chest, and bring it back to this front of the area. We're not going to head over to that area yet because there's a very bad blaze spawner there. So, for those of you who have played Inferno Mines, they are probably aware that there's a huge ton of chests full of loot on the other side of this level of Haines' Disgrace. However, it is very much dangerous because there is a wide area blaze spawner that spawns about 12 blazes instantly when you get anywhere near it. And usually it's a very difficult spawner to kill in the first place, but in this challenge it's basically impossible because it's suspended in the middle of the air and surrounded by blocks. So even though we couldn't, there's no way to light it up. First of all, it's a blaze spawner, so if you were to try to light it up, you'd have to use lava or something. But it's suspended in air, and it's extremely wide-ranging spawner, so you'd have to somehow light the entire air area around it without placing any blocks, which is basically impossible. And unless you, I think it's actually impossible to light up the spawner in this challenge. So there's really nothing you can do, and maybe we just sort of have to give up and say, we're going to give up on all those loot chests, on all the carts with all that diamond armor. I mean, you don't really need that stuff, but you need that stuff. So after a bunch of practice and testing in a testing world, I have come up with a little technique to deal with that spawner. And here we go. We're getting the supplies for the technique, and we're going to head over there and clean things up a little bit. And just watch. This is actually pretty cool. Now, I'm pretty sure Vechs did not plan this, but I like it. Anyway, so we're back to 1 speed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the second level, the highest level here up at the top, I believe. The first level there is just sort of irrelevant. And we're going to first get rid of any mobs that are up here, and you also have to be wary of mobs that are up on this ledge above my head right now, and of course on the other side. Sometimes skeletons will shoot you off, so check up there, nobody up there, yeah, we're good. So you stand right about here, and there's a spawner down there, but you don't want to pearl very precisely. This took a lot of practice. Boom. And we are now on a ledge right above the spawner. Which is down below. Now, we are in range of the spawner, and it has spawned, but the blaze spawned far enough below us that they aren't sensing us, and they're just dropping straight down. So what you do is you put, there's the spawner right there. So you put 2 powered rails, 1 activated rail, 2 redstone torches there, and 1 minecart, TNT minecart, there. Bingo. Now that's how you destroy a spawner in the Fun Fast Challenge. Now, if that ledge hadn't been right there, like the absolute perfect place to have that minecart drop on the spawner, we would have to basically give up on all these chests. I don't think there'd be any way to get these chests without sort of running for your life and dropping in the lava half the time, or having the blaze destroy all the chests as they're firing fireballs at you. So, but with that, if you can pearl up to this little ledge up here, no problemo. Get rid of that spawner, and everything else is just natural spawns. So, now, since this is actually kind of, well, they did blow up that little thing there. That's sort of annoying. I guess that was a creeper. Anyway, we're going to go hyperspeed now, as this is totally uninteresting, but we're going to go through all these chests, collect all of the good loot, and sort it all, and that will pretty much be, keep us going for at least to the final next intersection of the map. We're gonna really need all this goods, and man, whoa, minecarts, ow, get rid, damn, okay, gone. Minecarts at 1200% speed up, really loud. Okay, so now what I'm doing actually to get the chest is kind of risky by jumping up and down the rails, and you could use the quote unquote perfect rail system to like get one to come down safely each time, but it's alright. And of course, I'm not taking everything from these chests at all. I'm only taking the good stuff. I'm taking diamond armor, pearls, golden apples, food, and decent bows and swords, and that's basically it. And that's still quite a lot of stuff. I need to take at least 2 or 3 trips, I think, or 2 trips here. Put them all in the chest. Go back 1 more trip. Here we go. Wow, this doesn't take very long when it's sped up. I guess 12 times. Now I'm gonna actually finally sit down and organize my chests here. I'm gonna get a couple more chests. Got armor. We got swords and arrows. Actually, we've already had a couple of good bows with infinity on them that we found in the map, so we're not going to really need arrows too much anymore. We're just going to make sure we always have an infinity bow on us. We still got plenty of enchanting potions and coal, anvils. We still got plenty of TNT minecarts, and if we ever need to do some explosive work later on in the map, we'll take use of them. We could definitely explode spawners with those TNT minecarts by sort of, as long as the spawners are on the ground or near a ground, we could just sort of place an activated rail next to the spawner and place the TNT minecart on the activated rail and run. But that, in a way, I mean, there obviously is a limited resource, the TNT is a very limited resource, so we don't want to do that unless we really have to. All right, well, there we go, done. Organization is finished. It is now time to actually go get the wool from Heinous Disgrace. Now, the wool is not going to be easy. So first off, there's also gold in this area, and we need to get the gold block. So I'm going to go ahead and make a iron pick. Yay, our first iron pick. Woohoo! It's the only thing we're going to use it for is mining gold. That's pretty much it. Now, this area is pretty dark, pretty linear. Well, it's not actually linear. There are a couple ways to go, but you'll always end up at the same place. And the wool box itself is extremely heavily guarded by spiders. Invisible cave spiders, flame venom spiders, spider jockeys, and cobwebs all over the place, which is just a recipe for disaster in this challenge, because you can light things up, but the cobwebs make it extremely difficult to do so, Usually, in this particular area, Vechs pretty much intended to pop a regen potion and go in there with regeneration and sort of, get through the spiders and break the spawners, one at a time and find all the ones that are exposed and break them. And there are even some that are buried in the walls that are even more difficult. So because of the way the spawners and the cobwebs are located and the fact that the terrain is very not flat, lighting up carefully and sort of just lighting everything up and hoping things don't spawn simply isn't going to work. It's too difficult to get in and get out to light up and then run away. So lighting up is not going to really work unless the only way it would work, I would think, is if you just took torches and ran in there naked and did like a death run. But that's I don't want to resort to that kind of tactic yet on this map. So what we're gonna do is take our really good armor and some decent supplies, and we are going to just tank it. But this is a manly way of doing this wool, and yes, it's possible, and it's possible if you have good armor like I have on with the protection 4 chestplate and iron pants. But you have to basically just really know exactly what you're doing and where you're going. There is no safe spot down here. There's one of those invisible spiders. So there's one. Now, the reason why I'm approaching the wool from this side and not the other side is that on this side there's only one invisible spider spawner in the wall as opposed to two, like there is from the other direction. Now, of course, we're going to end up getting spiders from those directions anyway, and of course, one of them hit me. Grr. But the invisible spider spawners, like a lot of the spawners on this map, have extremely short timers on them when you first activate them. So the first time you come into range, they will spawn something immediately, but then there will be a delay until it spawns the next time. So it's usually a good idea to let the spawner spawn something first, run back, kill it, and then do your dash forward. So I've got fully enchanted diamond armor here, and here I go. So you run in. There's another one of those damn spiders. Okay, killing it. All right. I've got protection on my armor, so the poison isn't doing too much, and I walk right into a web. But don't worry, just keep going. So drop down. Okay, lots of some bad things. Creepers going to blow up. Okay, there is a path down without getting stuck in a web, but you're going to get knocked back and forth from the jockeys. Okay, there you go. Jumping in. Frame rate is dropping, and here we go. This is the wool box. So remember I said there's still some spider jockeys. There is no safe spot. This is a very unsafe spot, but the wool box itself is a safe spot. So here we go. Got the wool and backing off into the wool box. I only broke one piece of glass, so the normal spiders can't get in. And there's one of the invisible ones, but we killed it. Okay. Now in the wool box, we're actually out of the range of all the spawners except for a flaming venom spider, flaming spider spawner, as well as a spider jockey spawner. I believe we're still in range of spider jockey. Maybe we're just out of range. I think we're in range if we walk to the other side. And so I'm going to stay here and pick off what enemies I can through this crack in the glass, and while we're regaining health. And once we regain enough health, we're going to run outside, jump up as far as we can, and then purl out towards the other direction. Now, the reason we're purling straight as opposed to purling to the left is because purling to the left is very risky. There's too many cliffs. There's too many things for the purl to hit. But purling straight, there's sort of like a cliff area where spiders and stuff have a really hard time climbing up. So if we purl straight and then basically run through the dark and ignoring as much as we can all the mobs that will probably have been spawned in there, we should be safe enough. So here we go. Our health is fully respawned. There's a couple of guys here. We're just going to kill them with the bow. Flaming spiders. They're not going to be able to hit me actually where I am, thankfully. At least I don't think so. But I'm still at least one block away from 2 and 1. There's one of the jockeys that is left. But I think I've cleaned out this area of enemies for now. Okay, so here we go. Oh no, there's one more. Now, there we go. Got it. Okay, so pearl in hand, running. Okay, got hit into a web. That's bad. Killing some things first. Killing. This sword is really good, and that is good. Okay, got out from there. Aim up. Pearl. Pearl 1 done. Oh, lots of invisible spiders. One more pearl. And we're out. We're on top of the cliff. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of mobs. I'm down to 2 hearts. I'm poisoned. I'm up to 3 hearts. Okay, running. Got out of there. Whew. That is good. We're okay. Wait, no, not okay. That's 3 skeletons. We're eating a golden apple. And this is our first golden apple, I believe. Maybe the first golden apple? In any case, that golden apple, very important. We're already back at 5 hearts, even though there were multiple skeletons shooting at us. And that protection 4 is also very, very important. Also, running this way brings us right to the gold, so we definitely want to get that gold here, but make sure first that we're safe before we do that sort of mining operation. Okay, anything following us? No. So how about that for exciting? That was pretty good, huh? We ran in there, we got that wool, we literally ran out and used the pearl to escape. I'm filled with random crap from those flame venom spiders. I hate those things. And of course there's some zombies following us. Now we're only going to go ahead and grab, I think, just enough gold for the block on the monument. We are going to need the rest of the gold, though, as you may predict for the later on in the map. I don't know. I mean, we can break this because it's on top of a chest, but just so you know, I was just actually literally I was breaking that in order to have a chest to dump crap into, not because I had any interest in those regeneration potions, which sure would have been helpful to getting that wool, but no potions on the Fun Path challenge, so we have to do it the manly way. No regen. Okay. And we got, I believe we got 9 gold ore, so, oops, well, we had 9 gold ore, there we go. So we're all set for our gold block on the monument, and that means that we've got the wool and the gold block, and we can proceed to the next area, which is Mellow Caverns. So, now, of course, we still have this one final little stretch of darkness that we have to get out, but there's a invisible spider spawner on this side, too, on the right-hand side, but just a single one, and they'll probably spawn one, and it'll probably poison me again, but I'm just going to deal with it, because it's the last one. Maybe that guy will blow up for me. And now there's one of the spiders. I see him. I see their beady little eyes. I think I got him. Alright. Well, I hope this has been sort of a more exciting episode, showing off some interesting techniques and different ways to play it. I mean, when I see people... damn it, stupid thing. When I see people play this map, for the first time, people have tried all kinds of ways to get at the wool box in this particular area, and they almost always result in tunneling. And tunneling, honestly, is probably the best way to get the wool in this area. It's there is lava around the wool box, but it's pretty easy to actually tunnel into it if you just hit it at the right angle. And dealing with all the spiders is a real pain. So tunneling is actually perfectly reasonable way to deal with this wool. But it's not the fun path. And if you're gonna take the fun path on this one, no, this is what it looked like. You need full diamond armor, and it better have as many protection 4s on it as you can muster. And then if you do that, you can tank it and get in and get out. Even so, though, if I hadn't pearled out exactly when I did and as accurately as I did, I would have been dead. I wouldn't have been able to get out of there alive. Now, I might have died far enough away where I could then do a death run in there, pick up my stuff in the wool, and then run back out. But that's not really. I don't want to do that unless it becomes necessary. All right. So that's pretty much it for this episode of Inferno Mines, the Fun Path Challenge. Next up, we're going to tackle Mellow Cavern. And Mellow Cavern is a super easy area in normal playthrough, and in this challenge, there's only one thing that is quite difficult about it, and you'll just have to tune in next time to find out. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it's just going to get more interesting from here. Thanks again, and see you next time.